All right, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Huckes. This is Your Best Life Defined. Thank you for showing up today. As you can tell, I'm kind of up today. I'm going to kind of bring her down a little bit, but maybe I won't. I don't know. Hey, listen, let's talk about it. How's life going for you? Are you struggling? Are you fighting for it? Is there never enough money, never enough time? That was what prompted me to do what Sandy and I did. That's where the conversation started with us. We're over there and we have the house and the cars and all the stuff, and we have the jobs, and my dad had died and he used to take care of my lawn for me, so I'm out there mowing the lawn and she's cleaning that big ass house. The kids are all gone, or they're nearly gone, and we're just looking around. We're thinking, what are we going to do, right? What are we going to do? And what's funny is there we are, we're getting close to retirement and we are working our butts off. And no one cares, right? I mean, it's cool. The kids come in, and I love my children. They come in. We hosted all the dinners and all the big events, and I worked my ass off, and that was okay, I guess. And then one day I'm like, why are we doing this? And that's when I started working towards making it easier. When you think about all of the things you do in the world and all the things you have to do, part of the reason that we struggle so bad to actually have choices to be able to do the things we love to do is because we tend to go about it the hard way, right? We don't just go buy a house and then figure that thing out and pay for that house and try to figure out how to get that thing paid off. No, we buy the house and then we load up the credit card or get an account with some furniture company. We fill it up with stuff, and then we have to have the truck, and we have to have the toys, and before you know it, you're sitting there and you've got this life. You're surrounded by all of these things that you believed in your mind were going to make you happy, and you're miserable. Or at least maybe you're not miserable. You're probably not miserable because part of this is once you don't have any more choices, that's when you come to the point of acceptance. That's when you accept your life, right? An example, I've mentioned this before, but it's worth repeating. An example of that is what you see in prison. A guy will come in and he's like all nice to you, and then he transforms into the badass inmate because that's how he survives. And then down the road somewhere, after he's gotten through those two processes, what he does is he actually turns back into a nice guy. There he is doing 40 years, and you'll see him walking across the yard. It's, if you didn't know better, if you didn't see the razor wire, it could be mistaken for a college campus. Guy got his arm around another guy or up on his shoulder, and they're yucking it up as they walk to lunch. Acceptance makes your life easy. You don't have to fix anything if there's anything wrong with what you have, right? And that's the truth. You don't have to fix it. But you can fix it without all the struggle. That's the cool part about it. You can fix it simply by how you go about fixing it. Because the truth is this, and here I'm going to throw you out there. I'm going to tell you right now, unless you are the Better Homes and Gardens person, and I go over to your house and I can look at your house and everything's in order, and you got you maybe you like bacon or whatever, but whatever your thing is pristine, it's organized, it's taken care of. Guess what? That's an indicator that you're right on track. Now, where things get difficult is when you make choices based on this story we've been given, because I'm not blaming this whole thing on you. It's not necessarily your fault your life looks like it does. Think about what you've learned. The reason we speak English is because we've been taught English. The reason you speak Spanish is because of what you've been taught. The reason your life looks like it does is because this is what you've been taught. The one thing no one teaches you is how to make it easy. Conversations like about debt. You know, if I ran the schools, my one of my primary goals throughout school, from the time a child starts school till the time they leave, is accountability, financial responsibility, accountability, goal-oriented thinking. I would give them the plan I'm giving you. I would give them the plan that I'm giving you. That would be incorporated until the day they walked out of school. You know why we're not being taught that? Because if I taught you to be fiscally responsible and to live within your means, the entire economy would crash. Imagine how many credit card companies would go out of debt as soon as everyone realized that a credit card is not a good choice, right? But those choices are what make it easy. Imagine what would happen if you have your job now, but you didn't have any debt. I don't care what it is. Let's say that you live in an apartment. You didn't buy that big house you're living in. Imagine how many choices you would have. You could take 6 weeks vacation and go hang out, go do something. There wouldn't be a question of being able to travel to Europe or to do whatever it is you want to do, to go pay for those classes or that surgery or whatever that thing is that inspires you. And the reason you don't is because the blueprint we've been handed doesn't include making it easy. You'll never hear a banker say, hey, listen, we'd like to give you this loan right now, but you do realize that if we give you this loan, you're going to be working your ass off for 30 years. And if there's some sort of issue like the pandemic shows up and you can't make your payments for a year because of it, it's not a big deal. We're just going to roll right with it. We'll just put that on the back of the loan. No, they won't. No, they won't. What they're going to do is they are going to foreclose on that property, take your down payment and all of your equity, and they're going to resell the house, and it's not going to be a big problem at all. If you want to make it easy, don't enter into that contract. Or if you want to make it easy, choose something that fits, for God's sake. Because I'm telling you, no one gives two shits what you drive. They don't care. No one cares whether you drive a fancy-ass truck or not. That's all in your head. That's the story that you've told yourself. Polished or not, no one waves at me because I have my big Silverado. Yeah, some people, there's a few oohs and ahs now and then when we pull into an RV park with our fifth wheel, but it's not like they spend the rest of the time they're there talking about how amazing my fifth wheel is. So make it easy on yourself. Another way you can make it easy on yourself is simply by asking yourself questions about why you make the choices you do and why you do the things you do. That's the problem we face. It's really hard to step away from it and go, okay, what's the truth about? How do I really feel? And partly because no one wants to feel like a fool, right? It sucks. You got 2 car payments, you got a mortgage, you got all that stuff, and then you show up at the kitchen table one morning and you tell your partner, I don't get it. I'm not digging this. This sucks. This sucks. Just waking up every day doing what we do so we can sit among all of this stuff sucks. If you want to make it easy, sometimes that's what you have to do. You'll never make it easy as long as you believe the story you've been given. If you refuse to believe anything else, there's no other way that I can make my life better. That's the reason it's not easy to do any of it. Eliminate the things you can. Finances, there are 2 things in the world. Just let me bring you around to this because I'm kind of wandering here, but being in debt doesn't make your life easy. Being in debt aligns you so that you are obligated to work, because the last thing you want to do is lose what you've invested in, right? No one wants to lose their house. But no one ever, losing an apartment, moving out of a rental, I don't see too many people crying over that. Oh, and the other idea is that, but investing in real estate is a good investment. Yeah, I suppose it is under some circumstances, but you spending 30 years in the same house so you can make $100,000 isn't really that great of an investment if you do the math. You do the math. Figure out how many dollars you actually make over a 30-year period if you profit $100,000 for sitting in the same town doing the same stuff, not getting to go fishing, running right there, your debt and your income neck and neck. Oh, we got a few bucks. Let's buy some beer. Oh, we got a few bucks, right? Make it easy on yourself. Stop doing things. Take a look at your life from the standpoint of why you're struggling, why you wake up every day and you're like, 5 o'clock in the morning, there you are sitting at the edge of your bed thinking, oh God, I don't want to do this again, right? You can make it easy. Pick something. Pick something worth going after. Pick something that inspires you. Tell that story. Maybe the story needs to be that you want to spend 6 months in Florida. Maybe the story is that you just want to wake up one day and truly be debt-free. Maybe the story is you're tired of carrying that extra weight. It's time to do something about it. And the story is about how impressed everyone's going to be when you do it. I use that crap a lot. I'll tell you that right now. As far as I'm concerned, Oprah Winfrey or some famous person is going to call me up and say, hey, Chris, can you be on our show, right? I'm like, what? Yeah, watch on our show, and here I am. That's the reason I work out. Because it's hard. I mean, if you're not 59 or older, if you're in your 30s, let me just get you ready for this. Start working out and don't stop. Start working out and don't stop. Make it a part of your your daily routine, just like when you brush your teeth and you comb your hair. Workout is just a part of it. You know why? Because when you get older, it gets harder and harder and harder, right? And the story has to get better and better and better in order for you to do it, right? Sometimes I don't even think about it anymore. I know that there are days when I work out and I'm going to go as hard as I can, because in a way I've made it easy, because it's no longer an emotional conversation. It is no longer a will I or won't I. It is just one more thing that I execute in the course of my day. And guess what? By thinking about it that way and approaching it that way, it makes it easy. It makes it easy. I hope I've made my point. I hope that I've brought this around to where it needs to be. I'm waiting for you to catch up on this. I'm waiting for you to say, hey, Chris, there's one thing that I need to do. I want to change something about my life, and I'm ready to do it. If you're ready to do that, the steps are easy. I think there's about 4 or 5 steps to it. The first one is to pick it. The first one is for you to take a look at your life, not based on what the world has told you, but based on who you are. You have to pick that thing. And then you have to build a story around it. And even in just selecting that choice, making that choice, you have to find inspiration in it, in the fact that you're going to achieve that goal. That's why people climb Everest. It certainly isn't because it's a blast. I don't see anybody up there throwing a party when they hit the summit of Everest. It is grueling, hard work with a lot of sacrifice. And how do they accomplish such goals? It's the inspiration that's built around that image, that story around success. Pick anything in your life and build that story around it. Imagine your life with that goal having been achieved. And ask yourself questions about your skill set. What don't I know that I need to learn to get this to happen? What do I need to do? What things do I need to add to my life? What steps do I need to take in my life to make it happen? And if you don't have that skill set, get that skill set. And keep that story going in your head. Keep talking about it. Keep building it up. And then start removing the hurdles. Start removing the obstacles in the way that are keeping you from being where you want to be. You want to climb Everest? Well, I think the first thing is to plan the trip. There's a financial obligation. There is conditioning. You have to be in pretty good shape to climb to the top of Everest. There's a whole lot of steps between where you are and where you want to be. And execute those steps on a regular basis without resistance. Do not stand in your own way. Be the reason that you step up and say, yes, I can. I'm going to work out because I'm going to lose that weight. And before you know it, if you follow that pattern, if you inspire yourself and you follow that pattern with anything you want to do, you'll never have to listen to another one of these podcasts. As soon as you learn to execute that plan, you don't need me. You got things to do. You don't need to hang out listening to me anymore. And in case you can't see it, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to feed you. I want to teach you how to feed yourself. I don't want to have to lead you to every successful moment in your life. I want you to find that recipe to lead yourself. Find that recipe that creates energy within you so you can go after what you want to, and you can wake up and look at your life and say, hell yeah, look what we did now. This is where we're going. And what's funny is the world doesn't like people like me. It's this, I irritate some people because I keep showing up. I'm like, do it, do it, do it, do it. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? How many people in 2020 had all kinds of plans they were putting off, and then things didn't quite work out because of COVID-19, right? I don't know. Don't wait. Don't wait. There's no time to wait. Today's the day to take action. So pick it, take action on it, and then just follow up with action after action after action. And before you know it, you're going to get there. I guarantee it. I promise that. Let me know if you have any trouble with that. Let me know if you got questions or concerns. I would be more than happy to jump on Zoom one-on-one and counsel anybody who is ready to make that step but just hasn't quite figured it out. So if you'd like to Zoom in on me, give me a message. I'll give you some information. We can set up an appointment. We can do something where we can start talking about it. And I guarantee you within a few weeks, you will see the math. You will see how it works, and you'll be able to execute. And then what you do from there is up to you, right? So I don't know. That's a big promise. I guarantee I can fulfill it, though. Hey, listen, guys, as always, let's not forget the kindness. And just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.